Hello. Hey there. If you can hear me and if you can see me clearly, please let me know as always in the comment section so I know that I'm not talking to myself. Let me know in the comment section for those of you who have joined. Hey, welcome. I don't know if you've written comment because it's not showing up. Hi, somebody wrote Toronto in the building. Hello, Alkabulan. Can you tell me if you can hear me and see me clearly so I can start? Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Arif. Hey, Jomo. Stand with Guinea, of course. Hey, Kibirango. Leon Jacobs, 100, 100, 100. Are you saying you can hear me 100%? Or you just... Darian, hi from America. Hello. I hear it's hot there. Al-Kabulan. Yes. Thank you, Junior. Hello, Hartford. Viewing from Melbourne. Afia, I believe, said we can hear you clearly. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. JD here all the way from Frankfurt, Germany. Hey, how's the weather there? Kibirango, live and clear. Yay. Suzanne, good evening. Good evening to you too. So Days Book Zone, hello. Al-Kabulan, yes. Jackie, hello from WV. Where is that? I see a US flag, so I'm guessing that's a state? I don't know. Al-Kabulan. Okay, Suzanne, yes. From what I hear. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Leon. Hi, Sage Book Zone from Essex, UK. Welcome. So I'm happy to hear that you guys can hear me clearly. Michael is not here, but hopefully he'll join us soon. He's having some internet difficulties, so that's why he is not here at the moment, but he is trying to join. So for now it's just us. Hope you don't mind. Yolandi said hello from South Africa. Hey, Junior said viewing you from Zambia. The real Africa, Victoria Falls. I would love to see Victoria Falls someday, and I will, I'm sure. Susan, here is cold. Yes, it is. But for some reason right now, it's really hot. I don't know why, but it's generally very cold. Yes, West Virginia. Okay, West Virginia. Thank you. O Kingdom said, oh, no, Michael. No, he's trying to dial in and it's the network. Hopefully it will work out. If not, yeah, O Kingdom, I'm so sorry you're stuck with me, but maybe next, if he doesn't join, that is, you will see him next week, I promise. Al-Kabulan, like the video. Yes. I see 39 people here, so please like the video. Like, you don't even have to leave to like the video. So while you're watching me, just click on that like button, please. It helps with the algorithm. At least that's what they tell us. So thank you guys. Hey, I see from Chicago, Germany. It's hot. You should visit anytime. I will. Trust me. Haha, no problem. Okay. So yes. Thank you for joining, fam. Thank you for being here. There are a few topics I want to talk about, but hopefully if Michael joins us, we'll have a discussion. There will be more, but as of now, we're just going to talk about what I pick, okay? But if there's something you really wanted to talk about, you can let me know in the comment section. Oh, thank you, Onidia. I just read a comment saying love you, so I'm saying thank you, sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna start now, okay? So we can start from maybe Burkina Faso. We can go to Burkina Faso. As you know, the previous leader, like what is it called? Oust leader, Burkinabe leader that got convicted of killing Thomas Sankara, his own best friend, so that he can be in power after removing him. He is now apologizing. He actually gave a whole speech of an apology, but let me just read for you what he said. Compaore said, he was, as you know, the previous leader of Burkina Faso. He was a president. So he said, quote, "I ask the Burkinabe people for forgiveness for all the acts I may have committed during my tenure, and especially the family of my brother and friend Thomas Sankara," end quote. I don't know. Like, at least he's apologizing. I hope he's sincere about it. I'm surprised he called him my brother and my friend Thomas Sankara. I mean, if he's your brother and your friend, why kill him in the first place? Like, that young man was doing a lot for his country, and it was cut short just because you wanted power, because you said okay to the West asking you. I don't even want to say demand, because at the end of the day, how can they force him to kill his own brother? So, after he removed him, he went into power. He was not complaining, as far as I'm concerned. When it came to being in power for all that time, he didn't complain. Now that he's sentenced, now people are holding him accountable. Now is when he's apologizing. So even that on its own is just but at the same time, he apologized. It's up to the people, I guess, the Burkinabe people, as well as Thomas Sankara's family members, to either accept or not accept this apology. But it sucks, and it just, for us, there's a lot to learn from this history, right? It's part of, now we're stuck with this. We might as well learn from it, because it's not going to change. It already happened. Thomas Sankara is not coming back. My biggest takeaway from this is, one, whatever you do in the dark will come to light. So I'm pretty sure Compaore never thought that he will be standing in court for what he has done. He thought he can get away with it, right? So one, that's that. But secondly, we need to protect our good leaders, because there's so few of them. Like, they're not a lot. And when someone like Thomas Sankara or Patrice Lumumba, or our slain heroes, when they were in power, how many people protected them? How many people, were on their side? Because at the end of the day, before they assassinate them, they usually assassinate their names. They make it sound like they're this evil people, right? The same with Gaddafi. So you have this image, either through mainstream media or the government campaigning, the government, or like the coup people, like the military juntas, whatever they tell the people, they tend to believe it. And I think it's a history that we need to take into account. And actually, going forward, we need to protect good leaders, because they don't come more often, and it's easier to be a sellout. It's easier to just say yes to the demands of the powerful nations, right? So yeah, somebody said we can hear you clearly. Maybe you're just joining, because I haven't asked that question in a bit now. So yeah, thank you for your comment though. Hope I'm not delayed. So yeah, he apologized at the end of the day. What are your thoughts in the comment section? Like, what do you think about his apology? Do you think he's just saying it because he got caught? Do you think he's being sincere? Or do you think for, Burkina Faso to move forward, they should just forgive him and move on? Just write down your comment for me. Let me see if I have comments. Super. Tilly said, "Hey sister, shout out from America. Respect to Ethiopia. You're beautiful and educated sister, Pan-African all the way." Yes, we are trying to, be part of the Pan-African movement. Like, it's not easy all the time, because like anything, I guess, right? If you're standing for something, it's not going to be easy, especially in this environment where a lot of people, a lot of nations benefit from our division, benefit from us hating each other and not liking each other. So obviously it's not gonna be easy, but at the same time, if you're really passionate about it, I think it's worth it, because there must be a reason why you care so much. So yeah, Pan-African all the way. Same here. Toby said they unite against Russia, but never unite for Africa. I don't. Who are they? They unite against Russia, but never unite for Africa. You have to explain to me, who are they? Kibiranga said, compassion is more powerful than anger. Forgiveness is greater than vengeance. Let them move on. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I said it's theirs. It's their decision now. It's up to them to decide which way they want to go, because at the end of the day, they lost their hero. Of course, we all lost him, because if he's good for Burkina Faso, he would definitely be good for Africa, and we could have benefited from him staying alive. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's my place to say forgive him or like don't forgive him, because it's totally up to the family members that lost a father, a husband, a brother, and also the whole of Burkina Faso. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Mama Cha said, not easy, but definitely worth it. Africa must unite. Yes, it really is not easy, but what else is there? Just to sit and wait, or just to be mad, angry, not saying anything, realizing that you can. No, it's better to just go out there, try your best. At least, if you can change a few people's minds, just your family members or your friends or your neighbors, I think that's a win. It doesn't have to be this huge movement, because all of us have our own role to play, and not everyone will have a platform, not everyone will get to do it in a bigger scale. So sorry. So it's just we just move, we just try our best to awaken our people, to show our people that we are one, tell our people that love is like, it's something that is important. And us uniting, I don't think there's any other option for us. If we don't unite, Africa continues being the way it is, or worse. So I think us coming together will make us, one, stronger, and two, invincible, because at the end of the day, that is precisely why there's so much pushback from us uniting, or from us having the same currency, let's say, or the same language, or trying to have like peace within borders, or visa without without visa travel within the continent. You know how hard it is. It's like it's been a struggle, and you have to ask yourself, why is it so hard? And you just also have to ask, who is going to benefit from us not coming together? So once you realize it's for our own good and benefit, I mean, it's easy. It's an easy option. So let me see. I think somebody wrote something. He should be exiled, or exiled. I feel like it's like an easy way out, in my opinion. You don't think? Or persecuted. Yeah, it is important to set an example that this behavior is not tolerated. It will show a good sign of change for the rest of the continent. Yes, that no compromises. I get what you're saying, because at the end of the day, how do you make an example? I'm not saying anything, because like, when it comes to judgment, I don't know if I want to say what I want to say, but in all honesty, how do you know that doing this is bad if there's no consequence? And this has been going on for a long time now. He's not the only person that has sold his own people or brother. There are so many of them. So at the end of the day, if there's no consequence, if there's no example being given, it's who's getting the message? That also concerns me. Toby J said the Western powers They are behind and influence the assassination. Of course. Yeah, who else? Who else would it be? Mama Cha said, I agree with O Kingdom Come. No forgiveness for setting the entire continent back. Imprisonment. I would have to agree with you guys. Like, I understand compassion. I really, really do. But like, this is a whole crime against a whole country. Not even a whole continent. Like, this guy took away Thomas Sankara, not just from his family, but from all of us. So, yeah, that's definitely a huge crime. Yolandi said, absolutely yes. Africa becomes one equals one big powerful country. Correct. Ryan said, true. Toby said, France used him as a proxy to assassinate Sankara. France must be held accountable. Now, that's the issue. Of course, they need to be, not just France, Belgium, when it comes to Patrice Lumumba, right? Like Gaddafi, the US, like all these countries with their secret agencies, or even not so secretly, they were involved. Some they've already even accepted that they've done. So I just, this is why we need, our own like respected, powerful judicial system where it's just the whole of Africa, maybe, or like they're not. It's always like it goes. It's like this. Like they never pay the price. They never face the consequences. But at the end of the day, even if we're not reaching to that level, what we're in charge of or what we're in control of as Africans is the ones that are betraying us here on the motherland. Our own brothers and sisters, those we can hold accountable, those we can take action, right? So I think we can start focusing on our own and really checking our own people and ourselves, so that at least there's our you see, they can't do it alone. They need someone on the ground. They need someone that's close to that person, that allows them or that gives them access to your place or to your circle. They have to find a way to get close to you for them to do what they needed to do, right? Because at the end of the day, assassination needs like a physical body, right? Like if it's putting in your drink, whatever, or your food, or poisoning you, or coming into your house or killing you, or they have to use someone, and that someone usually is our own. So I feel like there's a lot of work to be done on our own people. That's why we should always focus on educating our own, because once you realize what they're making you do, what they are asking you to do, like literally it's setting back your country like for decades, or it's actually gonna directly impact your kids in a bad way. Or once you realize, like people, unfortunately, we care more when it happens to us, or when we put ourselves in that position or in that situation. So if we work harder on our people, then we can minimize that impact or that influence that Western governments have on us. This discounts the leadership in the continent. Discount, what were you saying? I don't know, Leon. What discounts? I'm not sure. Ryan said his punishment should be teaching how Europeans used him to harm the nation. Yeah, and also I would really love it if he comes clean, right? Like he apologized. Yes, good. That's great. Like it starts from acknowledging, apologizing, and then now what we need from him is disclose everything that you were part of. Who was, who paid you? Who told you that like they'll put you in power if you assassinate Thomas Sankara? Who did you work with? Which organization? How many levels like did you go through? Because there's always like the person that comes and talks to you, but then there's another level. There's the actual people that are in power at that moment, and the ones that actually run the show behind the scenes. So how far did it go? Like so if he gives us all this information, now this is something that would mean a lot to the whole of continent, because it's not going to stop. Their assassination won't stop as long as there's going to be a good leader, a benevolent leader that will come into power. Trust me, they are going to run and come. We are seeing it, we've seen it, and it's happening, and it's going to continue. So if you at least can disclose that information and blow the whistle, I think in a way, or in his own small way, he will contribute positively to the people. Ugbala said, nobody taking accountable. Sanzu said, are you from Ethiopia? Yes, I am, Sanzu. Just Kendra said, divide and conquer. That's how they like to do it. Beverly Gunn said 100%. I think you're responding to someone. Sanzu said, love from Jamaica. Hey. Yes, another country I would love, love, love to visit. Toby, our judicial system cannot be compassionate. The problem is we have too many forgiving people, which the enemy takes advantage of. By the way, Toby, I have to agree with you on that. And that includes me as well. Like, it's just, I guess it's the way we're raised, right? Like, and it's not a bad thing when you think about it generally, but you know, when it comes to what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, and when it comes to punishment and consequences, this compassionate, forgiving, it doesn't help. It doesn't help us, or it's not going to help, you know, what we are standing for. So I understand what you're saying, because we are raised that way. We're told, forgive your enemies, or you know, you have to forgive in order to have a clear conscience. So many things that we have been taught, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing. But at the same time, we leave that kind of situation, that forgiving, compassionate, to maybe the spiritual aspect, or like to the religious or how do I know it's not going to sound nice, but I'm just saying, like, the same way. For example, me, I don't see myself being in politics. I will follow it, I will talk about it, but I don't want to be in that position, right? Same goes for judges and lawyers. There are people that are made for that. Their purpose is to be a judge. Their purpose is to be a lawyer. For example, me, I don't want to be a judge. I don't want to be judging people. I'm okay with my own individual way of living. I just don't want that. But there are people that go to school for that are passionate about that. So when you put those people in that position, their job is to judge fairly. Their job is not to have a soft spot, to be religious leaders. So that's not their position. So I guess also putting people being in the position that they are meant to be in will help us make the right decision. The same way with politics, people get into politics because they want to steal, because they want money, because they want the mansion, the cars and stuff, because they know they can be corrupt and they can get away with it. Like, that's what's been happening. They're not in politics because they care about people, because they want to change, you know, the situation in their country. No, not all of them, of course. Okay, I'm not saying 100%, but like, I'm saying generally, now we're seeing that most people get into politics because they see, like, it brings power, it brings money, it brings all those things that people see from outside and they think they want, right? So with that being said, that is why I guess we also need to put the right people in the right position. Otherwise, we're going to pay for it. So yeah, I agree with you. Sanzu said, I want to go back to the motherland. Yeah, plan for it. Same with me. Like, I know, like, I would love to travel all over Africa just to see the beauty, also the Caribbean islands. Like, I would love to see. But you see, as long as you have that at the back of your mind, you just save for it. It doesn't have to be like that. Like, it doesn't work like that. You know, I know the people we follow on social media makes it seem like today I'm here, tomorrow I'm there. And it's not always like that. And some of them do it in a way where, if you have values and principles, you might not like to do it, right? So what does it leaves you with? You know, you need time to save, you need to plan for you to travel. You might only be able to afford one place a year, or two places in a year, or even once in 2 years. It's fine. Just save slowly at your own pace. As long as you know you want to do that, just focus on that, and we will do it, Sanzu. Mark said good morning or afternoon, African family. For us, it's evening. So for you, whatever it is, welcome. Sanzu said to protect Africa from Western powers, follow the light. Africans also need to have young people start using African designs to build African cities instead of European and Asian designs. Most modern African cities look like Europe. I get it. I get what you're saying. Follow the light, and we need to embrace our uniqueness. And for the longest time, it was looked down upon. So not a lot of people really appreciated their own culture, where they come from, or their own identity. But now I think it's changing, right? Like I'm seeing it. I don't know if it's because the algorithm knows what I like, so it brings me what I need, like when it comes to YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. But I feel like it's going that way, and people are starting to appreciate our own, identity. For example, going natural hair now is when it's picking up. Back in the days, it's like straighten your hair. All my girls will understand this. Like when you straighten your hair, like you're more beautiful, whatever, whatever. So you feel the pressure, like it was seen as being unprofessional to go with your curls, right? So you make sure that you go to the hair salon before you go to your interview or whatever. So even that changing for me is a big win, because we need to see that. Same thing with Mawa. If you I'm pretty sure if you've been following this channel, you know about Mawa. It's a book that was written by Michael and his wife, and it's about afro, like curly haired girl, black girl that is going through life, and it's a cartoon. It's for kids. Now even the kids have access to different things, and loving our own identity and how we're made. So I think it's slowly but surely, it's coming along, maybe not as fast as we want it, but I think it's getting there. So I see what you're saying, and I'm pretty sure people will start appreciating our own design as well. So Blockavilli said, Sister Wangel, hello. Toby said he should be forced to disclose all the information first, which must be recorded. Then, of course, he can apologize. The information is crucial. I agree with you totally. Jay said, peace, queen. Hey, Jay, welcome. Ryan said, Thomas Sankara is still the best example of leadership in the world. In all my studies, he lived and walked his talk. Yes, and the crazy thing about Thomas Sankara is he did it in a short period of time. Like he moved like so quickly. It's like he knew he has a short period of time to live in this world. Like the way he moved, it's insane. And I plan on doing like a mini documentary on him, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so we can you can watch. Like I get there are already other documentaries that have been done and stuff, but it's good. You never know who your subscribers or followers are, and if they've even watched those people's like documentaries. So you want to make sure that even though it might seem repetitive, just make sure to do your part. My part might be saying it again for those that didn't hear in the back at the back. So yeah, definitely he walked his talk. So oh yay, we have a, what is this called? Super chat. Is this super? I think it's super chat, right? Thank you. I see $20. Thank you so much, Ra. Guy now. Guy. I'm so sorry for butchering your name, Ra. You said it starts at home and at school. Every African country needs to implement a relentless nationalistic vision of Pan-African determination. There's no greater than to betray African interests. This should be ingrained at home. Yes, I completely agree with that. And it does start at home. That is why I'm always saying, don't underestimate the power you have as an individual. You don't have to have a lot of following. You don't have to have a lot of subscribers. Whatever you have, you might not even be on social media, but you still live amongst people. You still have your cousins, your sisters, your brothers, your uncles, your neighbors, your friends in school or at work. So you have a lot of power. You have that, you know, that responsibility to share that information and give it to the people that are around you. And it starts, as you said, from home and from school. And the more we educate ourselves, the more we can do for the people that are around us. It just starts from, you know, knowledge. That's literally it. And if you care, you just talk about it, and the other person finds out something they didn't know, and they're like, aha, and then just it's a ripple effect. So I agree with you, and thank you for the super chat. So Napa said we need to be more proactive instead of reacting. I agree with you. I agree with you, but we also shouldn't forget about, you know, reacting when we're trying to be proactive. But I guess we can do both at the same time, because at the end of the day, proactive is good, but you can only be proactive once you know these things happen, right? That happens usually after something happens, and then you react, and then you realize, oh, this is how it goes, so let me change it. So they both go hand in hand, but at the same time, yes, now we need to start thinking about traitors. What do we do to with traitors, and how do we handle coups that are being concocted by this nations and all that stuff. So proactive for me mostly is talking about it, educating our people, just having a discussion on topics that will impact us directly. So yeah. Follow the Light said, why do most African judicial system use Muzungu wigs and European laws? Yes, I once did a video on this, I think 2 years ago or last year, on African Diaspora News Channel. So that's hilarious. Like, that's unfortunately, you see, like, they were they were colonies of that country, or let's say if it's the British colonies, they were under that rule, so they are used to that specific way of life, or that specific, sorry, there's a motorbike passing, I'm not sure if you can hear it. So there's they already set their systems up, right? So when they leave, that's what they know. They're used to that, so they keep up that tradition. So, and unfortunately, the wigs are that's what got to me. I'm like, you're paying how much? It was a whole scandal. I think Zimbabwe paid thousands. I forgot how much it was. Thousands for wigs for the judges, and it was a whole scandal. Imagine spending that money to help the people, to like building a infrastructure, or like a school or a hospital. It's just sad. Yeah, I think some things need to be revised. Ra said, no mercy to traitors. Yeah, I mean, as I said, we leave it to the judges. I get what you're saying. I understand there needs to be consequence, and that needs to happen. That's why the courts are there, and I hope they do their job right, because this man clearly affected negatively not only his country but also the whole continent, and there needs to be a price that needs to be paid. Like, he has to pay a price, but first, as we discussed earlier, he needs to tell us who hired him, which country, which agency, which secret agency, which, you know, politician. We need to know, because at least he owes us that. He owes us that much. Ikwaba said, Mashallah. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have no idea what language that is. Kwame said, no forgiveness. Yep, people agree here with no forgiveness. Toby J, where can we reach out to you on social media? My name, it's not written here. Okay, my name, yes, it's right here. Look, it says Weekly Africa Podcast News. You see it here, here. So it says Weekly Africa Podcast News Show, right? And then below it says Mikey Mushi and Wengil Zalalam. That's the name. So on Instagram, same name. On YouTube, same name. So that's how you can find me. The assassination discounts the leadership in the continent. What are you saying? The assassination discounts the leadership in the continent. I think, Leon, you wrote this earlier and I was confused, right? I don't know why I keep missing what you're trying. I'm sorry, Leon. The assassination discounts the leadership in the continent. Leadership in the I'm sorry. Somebody answer Leon, please. Jedi said, yep, fact, proof, evident, truth is the law. Our God of the living, huge, massive God, the creator, create is balanced system. So God not be injustice. What put in is what. Yeah. Like we all agree on justice. Like that's for sure. And at the end of the day, in this world, when you're living, there's laws. And if you do something, or if you break that law, there's consequence. And he definitely needs to pay the price. Yokoa said, that's right, sis Wengale. Jomo Koyate said, we are one. Yes, we are. They are whistleblowing of your daily sister. Are you Falasha, sis Wengale? Falasha. What was Falasha? I think I knew. Falasha. Are they okay, I don't want to be wrong because like I don't have Google around me. I am Ethiopian. Falasha, I thought, was someone that comes to the country that doesn't belong there. Okay, I can be wrong, but no, I'm Ethiopian. My parents are Ethiopian. My great grandparents are Ethiopian. I've said this before. I know until great grandparents and all pure Ethiopian. My sweetheart Wengale. Hi, Chinoso. Thank you. That's so sweet. Kwame said, we had that love of self renaissance. It is not new. There's always hope in every generation. Yes, there is. And we are not going to give up. There are some people that might discourage you. I'm saying this because I've experienced it. Do not let them for a second. They might make you doubt it. They might make you feel like it's not doable, but it does not matter. Even if we don't see that unity that we want in our lifetime, at least we can plant the seeds and then let them grow even if we're not here. So at least we have to try. Like we have to try. There's no other way out, in my opinion. Yakoba said, I have been disowned by some in my family because I reject my slave master name, don't have Kennedy money, so why call myself Kennedy? Oh, really? So are you Black American, African American? I'm assuming. I don't know. Because you said slave master's name. I'm not sure, but I'm just asking. And if if you feel like that, of course you can change it at the end of the day. After you're the age of 18, I believe you have that right, like if you don't want to be that name. But I hope you, because you said in my family, because I hope you're good with your family, though. Just because you change your name doesn't mean that, you know, there has to be something between you guys. It would suck if your family, of course they're not gonna like it, but hope you guys can, if you explain to them well, I don't think there's any reason for them to have an issue with you, right? So I'm sorry, but respect for that. I respect you for actually doing something about your name. If it didn't make you happy, why not change? It's just a name at the end of the day. Toby said, it's so embarrassing to see them wear those wigs. Even their former rulers don't really wear it anymore. It's really funny. I should share that video on my community. I am here to listen and learn. Peace, y'all. Hi, welcome. We are here to discuss, you know, through dialogues, people learn, people change their minds, and it's okay. And, you know, at the end of the day, we don't, or let me speak for myself. I don't believe I know everything, but I want to learn. I want to know so that, you know, I can contribute to my people, like in a whatever small way it is. I want to make some change, and that can only happen by having an open mind and discussing. So I agree with you. Jedi said, yep. Jedi, thanks, Doc. Eve Wright, acknowledge ignorance can kill. Jedi Jesus Black Hebrew. So okay, I hope you're saying ignorance can kill. I agree with you. Quote Jedi. Oh, you're telling us to quote Jedi, just Jedi Jesus Black Hebrew. Just okay. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your comments. Sorry, and it's all on cap, so I'm not sure. Yeah, but definitely ignorance can kill. Okay, I feel like I've been talking to you guys and I even forgot I have other topics to talk about. Oh my goodness. and we don't have a lot of time. Okay, let me go to the next topic. This one is a good topic that it really made me happy, by the way. It comes from Malawi, right? I'm sorry for those of you if I missed your comment. So Malawi, government. So I found this is from All Africa. It's an article from All Africa, and it's from Malawi. So government steps up efforts to safeguard indigenous Malawians' right to land. So their Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Sam Deliso Kawale, has described the land information management system the ministry has developed as timely in addressing challenges that indigenous Malawians used to face to access land in their own country. I loved this story so much because what they're trying to do, the minister, I think Minister of Land, Housing and Urban Development, they are trying to secure land for the indigenous people of Malawi. You know, we discussed like about a month ago, there was this whole, uproar about the Maasai people of Tanzania being kicked out of their own lands because of the government. The government decided to use that land to build a game drive for Western people and UAE, rich people, wealthy people, to have a game drive, to trophy hunt, basically. So there was a huge uproar. We talked about it. We wanted to give voice, or to be a voice for the Maasai people, because at the end of the day, you know, they don't, how do I say this? They don't have the documents. That's why it was easy for the government to kick them out. So we needed to stand with them and talk about it. And we tried. Still, I think they kicked them out. But we're still gonna continue talking about it. So to hear Malawi actually being proactive and actually saying we're not gonna let them live without land, we're gonna sort them out, even though they're like they might not have the proper documents, or like, you know, the deeds or whatever. It just made me really happy, and this is something that we all need to appreciate, right? And Tanzania should definitely follow Malawi on this one. Let me see. Yikwaba said, I have an idea, sister. Can you make a video of the names of Africa that has not been successfully changed to slave masters' names? They used to claim Africa. Wait, let me see. Africa that has not been successfully changed to slave masters' names. So you want the names of like names of African names that were not diluted or changed to fit in master's name. Is that what you're asking? If so, I'm sure we'll have millions of names from all over Africa, north, east, west, like south. There are so many varieties. I don't even think we'll finish them. Fonzie said, I'm viewing but not listening. I have no audio right now where I'm at, but I'm viewing. Oh, Fonzie. So I'm sorry. So even now, if I respond, I know you're not going to hear, but if you replay this video back, thank you for watching, Fonzie. But unfortunately, you're not listening. So watch it again. Ryan said, while we want our corrupt leaders to be accountable, remember, it's the same corrupt Europeans who use money to entice them into corruption. Our leaders are hungry too, for sure. For sure. Of course, where's the money coming from? Of course, they're enticing them. Of course, they're paying them. Of course, they are the ones running the show. We understand that. What we're saying is, look at the bigger picture. As leaders, as people in power, as people that are responsible for thousands of people that, you know, rely on you and hope that you change their circumstance, try and see the bigger picture, which is you as a person doing all that you can in your time in office for those people and leaving power, not just filling in your pocket. We're saying do the right thing, and we all know what the right thing is, right? Of course, at the end of the day, we know they're the ones giving them the money. Be Strong said, Wengale, you are great. Thank you, Be Strong. You're so kind. Yikwaba said, Kwame, oh, you're answering someone. Ugbala said, greetings, Ethiopian. Greetings. Fonzie said, what about talking about the Zimbabwe gold coin, what people think currency of the Zimbabwe gold coin meant to Africa money? I heard about that. I think I did a report on it last week. Yes, they are changing their currency, and they're, no, not changing, but like they want to start using gold coin, and it's really great, but we have to see it to really judge how it's gonna go. But at the end of the day, the goal is for us to have all of us to have our own currency together, like one currency if possible. So, it can be stronger, it can be backed by all the resources that are on the continent. Like, we're wealthy, as you know. So, we'll see how this gold coin is gonna go. But yeah, Zimbabwe has been through it, with inflation, with their currency, with the sanctions. So they're trying to find ways to pick it up, and you gotta respect it. Yukwa said, oh, Sister Wangel, the language was the language of Adam. Adam from the Bible, I'm guessing you're saying? I guess, but at the end of the day, we borrow from, like, there are similar, even like within East Africa. If you ask, like, some Swahili words have the same kind of meaning with Amharic words and stuff. So there are a few things that we have shared, and maybe we haven't forgotten, because if it comes, as you're saying, from, it's like Adam's language, obviously along the line some will have their own language, and then some will dilute it, and then it's not going to be in its pure form, but it's definitely going to be shared amongst each other. Be Strong said, Ponzi, my mistake of currency of the Zimbabwe gold coin, sister. Yeah, that's what we talked about, right? Ayekwobe said, Ethiopian language Amharic is a branch of ancient Hebrew. Really? I know about Giz. Giz is, yeah, Amharic, I guess, also. Yeah, I have to do my history. Sorry. But yeah, Giz for sure. Like, if you go up north in Ethiopia, the King Ezana's, like, scriptures, King Ezana was the first king to accept Christianity in Ethiopia. Was it 3rd AD? I believe 3rd AD. So if you see his what he has written during his time, it's Giz, and it's an old ancient language during that time. And as you know, like, they trace their lineage to Solomonic dynasty, and the Solomonic dynasty means Solomon from, like, the Bible, the King Solomon. Like, Ethiopians believe Queen Sheba, Ethiopia's queen, flew to, if not flew, then there's no, sorry, scratch that, there was no plane there, went with her, people to visit Solomon, because he was so wise. In the Bible also it says he was really wise in the Old Testament. So she went there, and then they had she got pregnant. She went there to just seek his wisdom, to see, and then she came back, gave birth, and they believe that the son was named Menelik, and then that dynasty continued. So that's how Ethiopians trace, like, the Hebrew kind of association. So yeah, it could be. I'm pretty sure it is. Domino, what's wrong? Are you sick? I'm not. I can't figure out the emoji. Trevor said, great job, sister, well done. Thank you. Johnny said, they know that the Maasai people have been on the land for generations. The government are not indigenous to that land. So, and then you got cut. Yeah, I mean, they've been there. Like, Maasai are not only in Tanzania, there's Kenya, there's Uganda. So clearly they've been there for a long time. Johnny said, those foreigners have no rights to the land. They are paying government officials off to move the Maasai from their home. It's just really sad, honestly. Like, I understand that governments need money as well. Obviously, governments need money to sustain a country, and maybe that's why they wanted to build the game drive. I get that, but at the same time, and your people, like, the sad thing is, when they're kicking them out, they're not even giving them an alternative, a land to settle in. So yeah, money is not everything at the end of the day. Okay, fam, time has run out. Let me see if there's any topic. Yes, just one. Let me talk about one topic, and then we can say goodbye and go our separate ways. This one, it's bittersweet story for me, right? So this story is about the people that died in DR Congo, the protest. Maybe some of you already know because it was trending. So there was an anti-UN protest in DR Congo, right? Specifically the UNESCO. So what the protesters were saying, the reason why they were protesting, the reason why they wanted to protest, they were protesting is because they were saying the UN UNESCO has been in DR Congo for 20 plus years, allegedly or supposedly to help them, right? They were there for 20 plus years. But guess what? They have nothing to show for it. So at least that's what the protesters are claiming. They're saying, you haven't helped us at all. We haven't seen anything, any change. So why are you here really? What are you even doing here? So leave our country. So that's why they were protesting. Unfortunately, it went violent and 22 people died. And this is why I say bittersweet. Sweet because our people are waking up, the youth especially, like it's just like it's contagious. We're talking about Mali, and then we talk about Guinea, and then we talk about Burkina Faso, and then we talk about Ethiopia, and then we talk about Sudan. It's like everywhere the youth is getting up and saying no more. Like I'm so tired of being treated this way. I'm so tired of unemployment when I know my country is rich. I'm so tired of living under the poverty line when I know we can be rich. Like I'm so tired of this nonsense. So we love that. It's sweet, and I'm so happy that our people are getting up and doing this and saying no. But the sad thing is, whenever there's a revolution, whenever there's someone realizing that they're not, basically they're being bamboozled, obviously there is going to be a pushback from the ones in power. There is always going to be a back and forth, and in that process people lose their lives, and that makes me really, really sad because these are young people that we are losing, right? But I saw some of the interviews that were being held during the protest, and the young people were saying, we don't care if we lose our lives. We're going to make sure that we stand up for what is right. And it just even brought tears to my eyes because, they're literally saying, I don't mind sacrificing myself for my country and for my kids. And that was just like, wow. So as I said, wonderful that they're getting up, saying no more to this nonsense. But in the same time that it's sad that they are also sacrificing themselves, and I guess it comes with the territory. So that's the last topic. Let me see. Tuyizere Robert said, it's okay to lose life, we're ready to die for this. Yeah, this is the kind of attitude that just makes my goosebumps. Like I respect it so much. I love it, and it's something that all of us need, and it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Not everyone can be that courageous and strong, but if we see one person being that strong, it's just easier to be the second one, the third one, the fourth one. So we're very lucky to have people like you. Tuizere continued, we found what to die for. Now it's worth living. Every African is the true owners and not one Muzungu in Africa. Of course, it's our land, it's obvious, but yeah, they're gonna make sure that we bow down one way or the other. And the thing about that is, the more they push us, the more they're making us strong, I feel like, because the more I see them moving weirdly. For example, I can give you the example of Ethiopia, when they were really pushing a narrative and when they were clearly trying to dismantle Ethiopia, Ethiopians woke up. Like, for the first time in a long time, I saw some kind of unity. I saw the awareness being created, and Ethiopians saying, wait a minute, hold up. So yeah, the more they do that, I think the more they're encouraging us and giving us the fuel we need, right? Africa and Lastborn said freedom goes with sacrifice as long as the people rise and defend their country and resources. Yep, that's what it looks like. Gabella said, why name calling? It's not even Muzungu holding back. I don't know. I guess it's not, you're not responding to me. Yes, I can see you're not responding to me. Ryan, true, we're ready to die for it, but we are going to live for it now. Yes, Ryan. RD 100%, and Yukwaba said it's not slander. I think you guys are talking to yourself because I know I didn't slander. So yeah. Aaron said we must unite to solve our problems. Forget colorism, self-hate, and tribalism. I agree with you, Aaron. This is the best way to end this conversation. Thank you guys so much for being here and for having this conversation with me, this like open dialogue. That's why I stayed here for 56 minutes and I actually didn't feel like I was here for almost an hour. So it's because of you guys. Thank you so much for the back and forth. Okay. I'll see you next week, hopefully with Michael, and we will have a lot to talk about. I will see you next week. Somebody said, Hekayanu said, choose life, love, and self-preservation. Ryan says, I love this talk. Oh, Ryan, thank you. Me too. So, again, thank you so much, guys. Okay, let me teach you one Amharic word. Amasaganalo, which means thank you. So, amasaganalo. See you next time. Stay blessed. Bye.